Chris with CLS Paranormal. So we were actually just driving by Tombstone and we realized how empty it was here, and we decided we would stop and walk around and film. We thought we'd take advantage of it's literally completely empty here. And usually every time I stop it's completely packed. So this is the bird cage. I don't know if you guys have watched our channel before, but we actually did an investigation here with Mike and Shelly. What's up?
The fires of 1881 and 1882, and then survived being locked up with everything left inside for 45 years. From 1889, when the mine shut down, until 1934, when the family that still owns the building bought it. They discovered everything had been left inside and reopened as a historic landmark. They've added this partition wall separating the saloon from the rest of the building. In the 1880s, when you walked through those front doors, you would have seen all the way to the back to the hand-painted stage and curtain. They've also converted the lights to electricity. Otherwise, the building remains as original as possible. We're standing on the same floors that Doc Holliday and the Earps walked on in the 1880s. The birdcage was built as a theater, but it was also a saloon, gambling hall, and house of ill repute, all under the same roof. There are 14 birdcage cribs upstairs, 7 on each side of that bridge we call the catwalk. Ladies would be up on that bridge, catch the eye of a gentleman on the floor, and take him up the narrow staircase across the room to be entertained. We were only open 8.5 years, but those top few steps have somehow been worn down to the thickness of a silver dollar. On either side of the catwalk, we have show bills hanging from the last act to perform here in 1889, The Human Fly. Those ladies started out on their trapeze, doing tricks and flips, and for the grand finale, they walked around on the ceiling like flies. It was a very popular act at the birdcage because when their feet went north, those skirts headed south. Right over here is our original cherry wood bar. The diamond dust mirrors came from Paris, France. Our bar was built in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. When it was finished, the railroad wouldn't take it on as freight because they couldn't insure those diamond dust mirrors. So we opened with a makeshift bar. This one was put on the Star of India, sailed around the Horn of South America to Guaymas, Mexico. It came by wagon train to Tombstone and was put in place right where you see it for the grand opening on December 26, 1881. We had 16 gunfights in here, 26 people were killed. There are about 140 bullet holes throughout our building. There is a .45 caliber slug still visible with a flashlight down there in the front of the bar. Straight up in the ceiling from that one, there's a .32 between the light fixture and the fan. We have a .45 ricochet over on that show bill frame, and there is a .44 caliber slug visible in the green wall to the right of Fatima. She danced on our stage in 1881, bringing the art of belly dance here to the United States. They didn't call it belly dancing back then, though. They called it the shimmy and shake or the hoochie coochie. She sent that portrait to us out of San Francisco in 1882. It's been hanging in the birdcage ever since. Look closely and you'll see a knife slash in her skirt right there below her knees. Looks like she has a second belly button too, doesn't it? That bottom one is actually a bullet hole. One of 6 bullet holes in her canvas. And 6 must have been her lucky number, because if you count the toes on her foot, you're gonna count 6 of them too. Now this room is just a small portion of our building, folks. Behind the partition wall, there is a whole lot more that you can see. You can still see the gambling hall where Doc Holliday dealt
Oh, there it is. They are closed.
Everything's closed and I'm one of you, I went to.
This was a good time to come and film at least. Because I would like the footage from it. People are always asking me about Tombstone, so this is their opportunity to see it. Robbie and I are travel guides. The horse and carriage. Buggy.
Almost looks like a stagecoach.
There we go. This will be a good video. Huh. Yeah, that's funny. Is it open? Sure.